Hey everyone, Michael from Break a Pencil here. So, welcome to day 2 of our Taylor Swift Masterclass in Strategic Leadership. Today we're going to talk about phase 1, really how Taylor Swift turned crisis into opportunity. And she did this by using this political navigator persona of the framework that I developed, the 6 personas of product leadership. So let's just do a quick recap. We talked yesterday and looked at the overall timeline, right? From 2019 to just the other day, from the rights to her masters being sold out from under her, basically, in 2019, to her ability just a few days ago to buy them herself. And so let's focus here specifically on this 2019 series of events when the masters were sold without her consent or without even her knowledge. Scooter Braun, in June 30th of 2019, it was announced, had acquired the Big Machine label group, which, among other things, but the vast majority of value, was the Taylor Swift catalog for her first 6 albums. And let's actually listen to hear what Taylor has to say about it.
But I think I'm better at standing up for myself when I've been wronged. So that's something that I think also comes with growing up.
Which brings us to Scooter Braun.
Yeah.
Face. And so you didn't see it coming?
No.
So how did you find out?
I found out when it was online, like when it hit the news.
Nobody in your inner circle
Nobody knew.
And you didn't smell it?
No.
So she doesn't even get an opportunity to know about it ahead of time or even have a chance to buy them herself. And she has a choice at this point. She can either just go away and sulk. She can try to fight it privately, reaching out, hire some lawyers, things like that. Or she can go public with it. And so within just a few hours of the announcement that the rights had been sold, she posted on social media a pretty long letter where she talks about how unbelievably disappointed and hurt she is, how betrayed she feels. She even mentioned, now Scooter has stripped me of my life's work and I wasn't given an opportunity to buy. And she signs it, sad and grossed out, Taylor. So clearly, she opts to go the public route. A key insight here is that Taylor realized that she was able to turn the information asymmetry into her advantage. A very, very key and important trait of an astute political navigator is always having an understanding of the power dynamics and influence networks. Taylor recognized that if she went privately with negotiation, she'd be playing from weakness. But if she used public pressure, if she took this publicly, she would be leveraging her strongest asset, her fan loyalty. So what'd she do? First, she built a coalition, right? She made this personal, but also about business. She focused this on principles, not just money. And in doing so, she got other artists and other musicians rallying to her support. What's the lesson here for a political navigator? Map your stakeholder network before you actually need it. Know who's who and where they are and where you have leverage and where you don't. Then she set the narrative. And this is a really important piece as well. Taylor framed this not as a personal vendetta or a personal issue, but as artists' rights versus industry exploitation. She elevated it to a much more universal cause. And the lesson here is that great political navigators always elevate personal conflicts to universal principles. And they do this because they need to get that coalition support. And so they have to set the narrative in a way that will help advance their cause. Okay, great. All well and good. I'm a product leader, though. What does this actually mean for me? And how do I use any of this stuff in my day-to-day? For starters, private negotiation works when you have leverage, when relationships matter, and when a win-win is actually possible. And to be honest, the majority of situations you'll find yourself in a work environment fall into this category. There are some times, however, maybe it's a reorg, maybe it's a complete reallocation of resources, maybe it's a complete pivot on strategy, where public pressure is necessary because you find yourself in a weak position, or because some principles are at stake, or you need coalition support. So I'm a product leader. How do I build a coalition? Well, before you find yourself in a crisis, make sure you understand and map your influence network. That includes users, stakeholders, industry peers, and understand where's the leverage. Where do you have leverage? Where do you don't? What are the dynamics and interplay between all these various different nodes, if you will, of your influence network? And then when a crisis happens, activate that network, but activate it on shared values, not just personal loyalty. What does setting the narrative look like? Frame the stakes, make it about principles, not personalities. Elevate the discourse. Provide specifics. Facts and specifics will always win the day, especially in a business context, over emotion. And the lesson really here is that in organizational politics, message discipline will always win. All right, thanks for listening and watching. Tomorrow, Monday, we're going to have another video about how Taylor Swift used the innovation architect persona to create competing assets, otherwise looked at as the re-records or Taylor's versions. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you get notified the next time a video comes out as I move through this series. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.